Welcome back, my adoring public, to more Etrian Odyssey Nexus. Pharaoh Fiasco here. Last episode, we started the game up, and now we can go ahead and report the result for watching the flock. Crap, dude. We couldn't do the Guardian of the Lake because we needed to revive Astra. Yeah, things really didn't end too well for her. Hey, looks like you're all done with that request. Good work out there. I heard you found a lost goat. Everyone's talking about it. Luna Soul Guild, the goat grabbers. Maybe we'll start seeing a lot more goat-related requests. In any case, the herdsmen were very pleased. Here's your reward. I hope you'll pick up another request sometime soon. Nectar, cool. Would have been extremely helpful. But yes, now we've got to move Astra to the back line. I talked about it, I moved Reese to the back line, but now we know that's where Astra belongs as well. I was really hoping to be able to play this game yesterday, but my delivery got delayed until today. I'm not sure what happened because it was it was in my city according to Amazon, but you know what? We're not going to worry about the dark times. We're going to look forward to the good times ahead. So next, this place. You leave Magenia and head west. Eventually, you find yourselves in the wide open plains. The warm sunlight and the echoing of bird calls are nearly enough to make you forget the dangers that are indigenous to these lands. You begin walking towards the lake. After passing through the grassy plains, you reach a small lake, its surface gleaming with sunlight. You can see fish of all shapes and sizes swimming beneath the surface of the crystalline water. You see no sign of a lake guardian. Does one truly live in these waters? You ponder that as you stare at the lake. A duck glides across the calm surface. Suddenly, the bird begins to thrash about as something violently drags it underwater. Was the bird just attacked by the guardian of the lake? This sounds like an Etrian Odyssey 4 track. You now see why the civilians say this lake is not safe enough to use as a supply of water. You decide you will catch this monstrous fish and ensure the civilians can make use of this lake. Who will attempt to catch it? How about Reese? Reese takes the rod you received at the tavern and readies it in a flash. They then cast the line into the center of the lake, close to where the bird was swimming before. You wait and wait, but nothing bites. It could be the location, the bait, or their lack of fishing skill. You won't catch anything at this rate. Salem suggests they wiggle the line a bit. Dolce disagrees, saying it's better to sit still and wait patiently. Mr. Fixer jumps in too, insisting that you should toss ground meat into the water. How about we wait patiently? You decide to wait patiently for the Guardian to take the bait. You silence your voices, even your breathing, and stay as still as possible to avoid alerting the fish to your presence. A quiet breeze rustles through the reeds. You wait and wait, but the Guardian doesn't go for the bait. Despite your efforts, it seems you fail to catch the Guardian of the lake. Exhausted, you begin to reel in the line. But something big grabs the bait, tugging on the rod and bending it forward. Reese grabs the rod, but the fish on the line begins to drag them toward the lake. I probably should not have picked our medic for this. Only one thing could be big enough to pull this hard. The Guardian of the lake. Reese regards the submerged Guardian with a fierce glare. Okay, so if that danger theme from earlier was from EO4, this is probably from one of the other Etrian Odyssey games that I haven't played, but that's cool. Let's pull as hard as we can. Reese strains against the rod, desperately trying to pull the fish closer, but the Guardian yanks at the line. As human and fish battle for superiority, the fishing rod begins to strain and creak. Panicking, Reese quickly stops pulling on the rod. It doesn't look like you can pull the fish out of the lake like this. As the stalemate continues, Salem suddenly cries out in realization. Salem pulls out their spear and aims toward the gigantic fish. Okay, that's one way to cut an onion, dude. Then they throw their spear at the shadow beneath the water's surface. The spear strikes the giant fish, startling it. As it falters, Reese yanks on the line. Despite the Guardian's size and ferocity, the spear wound is too much for the beast to bear, and it soon loses the strength to fight back. Really? We're not gonna get a battle out of this? Reese pulls the fish out of the water. It sports row upon row of sharp teeth and is easily larger than the tallest man you know. Your guild lets out a cheer for Salem and their incredible aim. Thanks to your efforts, the Guardian will no longer threaten or attack anyone who draws close to the lake. The city's civilians can now safely use this lake as a source of water. You decide to head back to Magenia, taking the fish with you as proof of your success. Huh. It's honestly more surprising that there was no battle. You've completed this request. All that remains is to report your success to Kvasir. Be sure to stop by the tavern next time you're in town. Alright. Let's go ahead and just go straight to Kvasir. So now we've got Theriaka Beta ×3, and I think these remove binds? Good work out there. Did you catch that Guardian? Whoa, is that the one? It looks like a tigerfish. Tigerfish are a violent carnivorous species. Thank goodness you took care of this one. You should hear the stories people are telling about you. Everyone who saw you carrying it are calling you the fearless fisherman. You might not have plans on getting famous for a fish, but in any case, that bigwig is very happy you took care of it. Wow, we haven't stepped foot in the labyrinth and people are already talking about us. Interesting. Here's your reward. Thanks again. Theriaka Beta ×3. Alright. And then just barely enough for everybody but Astra. Wow, you completed 2 requests in a row. You're pretty dang good. Maybe I should ask you about this other one too. I've got another request that I'd like you to accept. Is he gonna ask us to map out the first floor of the first stratum? Because that's usually how these things go, right? This request wants you to find a missing person. A medic went to gather some herbs and hasn't been seen since. If someone doesn't go looking for her soon, we might not find her in one piece. Sounds dangerous, doesn't it? I can't tell you more about it until you accept the request, so I'd appreciate it if you did. Sure. A medic went out to gather herbs but hasn't returned. I'm worried about her. Could someone go to the verdant forest and see if she's alright? There we go. Ah, you're accepting that request. Let me give you the details then. A medicine shop in the city put up a request for an adventurer to gather herbs for them. A new adventurer, much like yourselves, eagerly accepted the request, but she still hasn't come back. Yeah, going into the labyrinth at level 1 by yourself is asking to be killed. She could be attacked by monsters or thieves all the way out there. And that's why we'd like someone to go look for her. You're no monster or thief, are you now? What? You're not? Alrighty then! Though they do say it takes a thief to catch a thief. Here's some information that will help you. The medic's name is Birgitta, and she went into the verdant forest. Go find Birgitta in the verdant forest. Good luck out there. Alright. We'll save really quickly, and then, just to make sure we don't have to redo any of that stuff. Whoops. I feel like in EO5 it defaulted to no being the option, but it doesn't look like there are any pet classes in this one, so that's fine. Event, Verdant Forest. After proceeding through the darkness of the forest for a short while, you pause. You hear a monstrous roar in the voice of someone who is clearly engaged in battle. It sounds like someone is struggling against a dangerous beast. You can either try to rush to their rescue or cautiously advance to their location. Let's tread cautiously. As you carefully make your way forward, you notice a girl collapsed upon the ground, surrounded by a group of monsters. Maybe if we'd rushed forward, she would still be standing. The monsters are preparing to finish her off. There's no time to think. Draw your weapons and prepare to fight. Okay. Now this one should go way better. Before you enter a battle, it's best you know about Force Boost and Force Break. Now we get the tutorial for this? Force Boosts are set special skills unique to each class that boast powerful effects. However, there is a prerequisite to using them. They can only be used when your force gauge is at 100%. Also, once a force boost is used, the gauge will drop to 0% when the skill's effect ends. The force gauge increases with every action you take. You may use another force boost once it reaches 100% again. When Force Boost is activated, you have access to a power called Force Break. Force Break skills are extremely powerful and can turn the tables in particularly dire situations. Okay, so you have to boost in order to break, so those take at the very least 2 turns to be utilized. That makes sense. But keep in mind that using a Force Break skill sacrifices the Force Gauge entirely. Once you've used it, the Force Gauge will no longer function until you return to town. Oh, wow! Okay. Consider your situation before using a Force Break, and only employ it when it's absolutely necessary. Dang, muscle flies have appeared. That's no joke. Alright, so first things first, Dolce, Victory Vow, and then we're all gonna need a little bit of a buff to our attack, because he still can't do anything, but now she can actually fight. And he can also actually fight. Oh, man! Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Okay, Astra needs new armor or something. She cannot be getting got 24/7. Yeah. And then another long thrust. She's gonna give... Yeah, she's gonna give the guard order next. And we're gonna need him to use a bit of healing. Okay, cool. As long as it wasn't Dolce. That's our main method of damage now dead. Okay, so she's gonna re-up on the guard order. Mr. Fixer's gonna revive Salem. And then he's gonna... Okay, because after the intense... Oh, we can just immediately healing touch? Well, in that case, we can just have him attack. Intensive care, healing touch. And now, we've got to seriously hope that that only broke Reese's force gauge. Nope. It breaks everybody's force gauge. No, we need to defend order first. Oh no! Her skill just ended, and then Dolce had just died. Oh, okay, that makes sense. We'll get another leg snipe out of her, and then healing from him. Cool. Well, come on, dude. We seriously... There we go. First muscle fly down. Now we've got to... Okay. She'll issue the attack order, and then we've got to hope and pray. Yeah, Salem is definitely more important. Cool! Astra didn't get one shot this time. Wow, we really did not need that to happen. We probably should have allocated that additional skill when we had the opportunity to. Okay. We should be good to go from here. Nope. We need accuracy buffs. Okay, well, we needed accuracy buffs. That's our pack shop activating. Steel Proboscis. You've discovered a new monster, Musclefly, Steel Proboscis. After lowering your weapons, you turn to the girl who had been attacked. Okay, her name is Birgitta then. She appears to be injured, although not severely. Where's your guild, dude? This was a suicide mission with just you. Birgitta then looks around the immediate area, growing more and more distressed with each passing second. Okay, so Kvasir didn't mention anyone named Lyka. She's... Okay, so Lyka's like a little sister to Birgitta, but Birgitta looks like she's about 6 years old, though. Lyka is nowhere to be found. But after a thorough search, you found that bushes to the north have been disturbed. Seems like something's run through this area. You can either tell the upset girl that you will assist her, or you can ignore her pleas. Really? Ignore all this and leave? Who would pick that? Upon hearing this, she looks much more relieved. Double medics? Well, it could make life way easier. As long as you know healing, dude, you are good to go. Birgitta is accompanying you now. Birgitta will be accompanying you on your adventure for a while. She will not fight on the front lines, but as a medic, she will heal the entire party's HP after a battle. Okay, so she's like in a support slot then. The worried girl gives you a weak smile, then you head toward the disturbed bushes to the north. First Labyrinth, Eastern Shrine. The Archipelago of Treasures. Your search takes you through the bushes and deposits you into a clearing. An expanse of what seems to be ancient ruins lies ahead. This island is supposedly uninhabited. Why then are there ruins here? You keep that question in mind as you press forward, continuing your search for Lyka. We don't have a map! Wow. As you proceed through the unexplored forest, you discover a small open area. Okay. So I guess that's what it looks like when I activate and deactivate the 3D. Very interesting. Lyka, where are you? Birgitta scans the area, a deep-set worry in her eyes. You reassure her that everything will be alright and continue on through the ruins. It'll be funny if Lyka, if she says she's like a little sister to her, but Lyka looks way older or something. Yeah, we are flying blind with no map, dude. The girl walking behind you looks over your empty-handed party and gathers the courage to ask you a question. I'm sorry to bother you, but are you okay without a map? Birgitta timidly asks. I don't have a map. I can definitely not memorize it all. Oh, there we go. The girl offers you the map in her hand. Obtain Labyrinth map. There we go. I have a backup map for myself. After taking the map into your hands, she gestures towards it and asks you another question. I'm sorry to keep bothering you, but would you like me to teach you how to draw a map? Let's decline. Okay, let's keep exploring then. You nod to Birgitta and then proceed forward, map in hand. Cool. A lot of people are wondering how this game is gonna look when it finally comes to the Switch. Honestly, as long as they keep the auto mapping, it should go pretty well. While exploring the ruins, water unexpectedly pours down from above. Oh, Reese loses 1 TP. Okay. Astra loses 1 TP. Salem loses 1 TP. As you look up in shock, you find yourself under a web of tree branches and one particularly large leaf that sways high above. This leaf must be thick, as it repels water well. It holds a rather sizable pool of water within it, perhaps due to a recent shower. The swaying leaf eventually shifts and drenches some of the party members passing underneath. Birgitta, unsplashed at the end of the formation, inquires with a concerned tone. Just when you're about to say everything is fine, you realize that the spilled water smells horrible. Was the water pooled in there for a long time? Or is this even water? It gives off the worst smell you've ever experienced in your life. Reese makes a bitter comment about how they'd have to take a bath for an entire year. Astra mutters that it smells like nearly spoiled meat and already spoiled meat mashed together and left out in the open. Trembling without saying a word, Salem seems like they're really about to lose it. The unbearable odor has really taken its toll, not only on your mental state, but your body as well. Reese loses 12 HP and 14 TP. This water is jacking us up, dude. Ah. Mr. Fixer, he only lost one of each. Unable to take the stench, Reese shouts that they want to remove and wash all their equipment without a moment's waste. However, Dolce mentions how dangerous it is to remove all of your equipment while in the forest. Both opinions make sense, but the stench continues to torture you as you stand around deciding. Reese loses more. Oh my gosh, we are being killed by this water, dude! You have the option to either remove your equipment and wash off the stench or continue the exploration. If you wish to remove your equipment, you must wash the equipment of the affected members on your own. If you think there's no need to remove them, you are free to keep moving from here. If you are thinking of removing equipment, please go into Equip and remove the equipment of all affected members. If you decide to keep moving from here without removing any, it will be assumed that you have no intention of doing so. Equipment will be removed from Reese, Astra, and Salem. What? So is the equipment cursed or something? Some classes require particular weapons to use some of their skills. Be mindful of this. There's no... So we have to ditch all of their equipment? That seems really dangerous. We're gonna have Reese heal, but we're not gonna do that. We've got the nectar still, removes ailments. I really don't... Okay, in the skills menu, you can use the skills that are available outside of combat. Ugh. Yeah. They're already pretty much out of TP, but Salem, Astra, and Reese are our main sources of damage, at least until, Alright. Let's, teach him... Pierces enemy lines. We'll do Volt Star. Because so far, everybody's been on a line, right? But they're probably weak to fire, though. That's the only thing. Since removing equipment while in a dangerous labyrinth would be tantamount to suicide, you decide to continue moving forward. However, the stench of the splashed guildmates continues to torture you. Yep. Knew that was gonna happen. She's also spent. And Salem is done as well. Reese starts to feel itchy all over. Astra's face turns pale as they look to the ground and start mumbling to themselves. Salem looks like they're about to collapse as their pace gradually slows down. You must decide once again whether to remove your equipment or continue the exploration. If you wish to remove your equipment, you must wash the equipment of the affected members on your own. If you think there's no need to remove them, you are free to keep moving from here. Is it gonna punish us every step? Because we're about to get into a fight. No matter how terrible the stench, removing your equipment in this forest is simply not an option, so you continue your march. However, the stench starts irritating your nasal cavities and eventually starts to cause real pain. Reese loses more... We're being killed by this stench, dude! And that full encounter gauge is still looming over us. While suffering, Reese suddenly snaps their fingers and recalls hearing that vinegar gets rid of foul odors. Dolce replies that they once read something about how rinsing with lemon juice will remove a bad smell. Astra interjects with the knowledge that tea grounds will cover up most stenches. While the party shares folk remedies and old pointers provided by their acquaintances, you realize that the stench is already starting to die down. There's no more need to worry about the stench affecting you. It's probably best that you be mindful of what's above you and continue with the exploration. Wow, a mortifying stench. You found smelly water pooled in a large leaf and suffered from the stench after you were splashed. Well, at least the adventurer's log is back. That was a pretty cool part, but we gotta get out of here, dude. If we get into a battle, we'll probably have to, like, seriously, yeah, I think we need to run. Yeah. Okay, so running was really easy in Etrian Odyssey 5. Yeah. We don't have the resources to do anything. And then we'll have everybody else keep trying to escape. Alright, so we did that for no reason. But at least we know that running isn't completely impossible. But yeah, we are out. Oh, return to Magenia, yeah. Oh, do you have other things to do? I'll be waiting in the labyrinth then. We can meet up whenever you're ready. With that, Birgitta heads back to the labyrinth. It's likely Birgitta won't return to town until she finds Lyka. Head into the labyrinth and help her once more. Okay. Hopefully Napier is actually selling us... Nope. Well, we can sell what we've found so far. Pink rod, crimson foliage. What is that? Oh, that must be a weapon for the Imperials. Beast helmet, power ring. Okay. We've got the pink rod, culverin. Oh, we need a purple beast fang. Okay. He's not really doing much, but yeah, our Zodiac could definitely use this. I think we'd actually be pretty good off buying 3 Medicas. Now we're way too broke to do anything else. Crap. It was like, there was absolutely no way we were gonna remove our equipment. Alright, and out we go. Oh, okay. Eastern Shrine can now be visited. This is very different. Yep, Eastern Shrine. The Archipelago of Treasures. And now Birgitta should rejoin us. Birgitta greets you as you enter the labyrinth. I've been waiting for you. Let's go! Alright, now we're actually ready to tackle this place. Since that other way was a dead end. Alright. I have people get on me for not drawing walls. I will eventually draw walls, but if I stop and do it right now, it kind of breaks up the flow of the episode. I might squeeze them in. But yes, I'm highly aware that I'm not drawing walls right now, so it's okay, trust me. As you continue to explore the abandoned ruins, you discover a small hole at the bottom of a dead-end wall. Though the hole is quite cramped, someone with a small frame should be able to crawl through. Do you think this could be where Lyka went? With a worried expression on her face, Birgitta crouches and peeks through the hole, but has difficulty seeing anything in the dark. I'm actually really having trouble imagining how Himukai could draw anyone who looks younger than Birgitta. Her look shifts to one of determination as she announces that she'll enter the hole. You have the option to either watch over her or to enter the hole in her stead. Nah, dude. We're gonna go in her place. Astra should be small enough to enter. Astra peeks and crawls into the hole. But after a moment, Astra hollers out to the party and scurries out of the hole. Monsters then emerge from the hole, chasing Astra. However, you'd instantly steeled yourself after your guildmates yell. With weapons primed, you're all set for a preemptive strike. Alright. Okay, there is no reason not to have her using Hero Battle to start with, because we need all the extra attack power we can get. And then she also has no reason not to be using Victory Vow. First things first, guard order so we can't be insta-killed. They are, of course they're weak to fire. I knew they would start us off with enemies weak to fire. There's no reason they wouldn't, but I still didn't go for it. Oh well. Dang. That really sucks. One muscle fly down. Next we can give the attack order. Oh, crap. Oh well. Wow! Yeah, Mr. Fixer could use some more... Oh, never mind. Salem's got that passive healing. The leg seal should mean we can now basic attack Madness this for the win. Nope, still has way too much HP for that. But Dolce can actually fight now. And then a leg snipe and an attack. His TP is actually holding out pretty nicely. Defeated muscle flies. Huh. Did it say those in the plural in the fifth game? Upon finishing the battle, you ease yourself to the floor to relieve your wounded body. Are you alright? The girl studies you worriedly as she removes some medicine from her pouch. Oh yeah, she'll heal us to full after every battle. I know there isn't much, but here, have some medicine. I made it myself. It should help. As Birgitta speaks, she applies a healthy amount of strongly scented ointment to your wounds. You initially turn up your nose at the heavy smell, but immediately begin to feel your wounds heal. Cool! When you thank Birgitta, she quietly replies that she's glad she could help. Having dealt with the situation, you decide to return to your exploration of the ruins. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I should be making a note of these adventurers' logs. Send party member. Alright, monsters in the cave. While traversing the ruins, you fought monsters that popped out of a hole and took them down. Alright. HP. Where's my... Oh, here we go. HP. TP. Shredder. Yeah, because that Shreks our HP and TP, dude. Almost to level 3. That's cause for celebration in my book. Okay, so I guess... Wait. Yeah. Let's proceed. I used to actually have a lot of trouble... Alright, back when I played Strange Journey, I ended up not really being able to look at the top screen. I don't know if I was getting motion sickness or whatever, but it's way easier in these. Probably because the screen is so much larger on my TV, but... While exploring, you come across a large box. Yeah. Nectar. Very useful. And then... Apparently strafing wasn't in the first game? That seems wild to me. While exploring, you come across a large box. Analysis scope. Still very useful. And it's... Okay. Interesting. That's... I mean, it's right there, but it's not anything we can actually walk over. So that's this entire room explored. Alright, so unless something crazy happens, this is where I'm gonna start skipping enemies we've already fought, so... Hey, we absolutely nailed it! Alright, so even without the breaks, I'm starting to It's definitely taking me way less time to adjust to this than it did to take me to adjust to EO5. Because starting out in that game, while not nearly as rough as it was when I started out in EO4, was still pretty rough. Mainly because with the pets, I just kept forgetting to bring them out. Okay, so we might need to get out of here again, because Astra is... yeah, she's dead. What is... okay, so can I ask wait, start save. Okay, a suspend save. Makes sense. But can I ask Birgitta to heal us or something? Well, we can't really go any further forward. Jeez, dude. It's always this rough in the beginning of Etrian Odyssey games, though, because you have very few options to work with. Ooh. Worst thing that could happen is getting into a fight right in front of that. Okay, first things first. We're gonna sell what we've got, and then we're gonna buy more armor for Astra. Fly armor. We can't just have her keep getting got all the time. She's already got the tweed. Here we go. About... whoa! We are so broke! Oh well. Anything to increase her, like, livability, dude. Alright. So, at first I was like, maybe, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, maybe towards the end of the first episode, after that battle went pretty disastrously, I was thinking, okay, did I not really do my party kind of okay? But since moving Astra to the back, I think things are okay-ish. I'm pretty satisfied. We got our magic, but him running out of magical power really does dictate how long we can stay in the Labyrinth. Especially if Birgitta's not restoring our TP. Alright, so it looks like it's really just a matter of being pretty judicious with our TP usage. But dang, I should have checked, because Voltstar costs 8 TP to use. It's pretty friggin' expensive. Beautiful. Of course, without knowing that we were gonna get a medic anyways. Oh! A small crevice is visible in the wall before you. However, it appears to be impassable from this side. Alright. Go ahead and throw this bad boy in the actual proper place. But we're mostly, at the moment, we're just mostly playing around Mr. Fixer's TP totals. Okay, so that's that. There should be one other unexplored door in this area. Yep. Or 2 other unexplored doors. The party was blindsided. Spraying Skunk. That skunk looks really mean. Okay. I think we'd be best off using our forces here. Yeah, we want to kill the crap out of that thing. And then a guard order for everybody. She will... I think, yeah. Medic bullet, Mr. Fixer, and then healing, Astra. Please don't attack Dolce. Nice. Of course the spraying Skunk is gonna try to inflict some sort of status effect on us. Don't know what it is, but we're not gonna be afraid. Hold on. Do we only heal if we use a spear skill? Raise a spear kill. Party recovers HP for damage dealt. Okay. If the enemy is insta-killed, you will recover HP based on the damage you would have done with a normal hit. Huh. Pretty interesting. Yeah, there are a lot of special skill interactions in this game that you just really don't know without looking them up. Or at least, maybe... like I said, I'm not the best Etrian Odyssey player you're ever going to see in your life. I play on Expert, but I'm pretty casual, all things considered. So there's a lot of special skill interactions that I'm not gonna know or intuit or anything like that. I'm just gonna try to get through. Nice. And this isn't spraying Skunk. No drop though. And yeah. our totals go up, but this isn't the kind of game that heals you completely. So how much? 8. Okay, they all cost 8, but things are weak to fire star, or they're weak to fire attacks, I should say. For her, 3 ranged stab attacks to 1 enemy. Party's hit rate increases. Nah. Rapid fire. When that happens, when she just... all she has to do was guard for that to activate? What about... ooh, revive. Whew! It's ATP, but it's definitely better than not having it. And we've got 2 for Salem. Raise 1 line's elemental defense for 3 turns. While useful, we definitely don't have the resources to be consuming HP at this point in the game. When the user takes damage, all defense increases until end of turn. And... yeah. Well, how's about HP up? Give her more to work with. And then Dolce. At end of turn, if user's HP is full, the party recovers HP. That seems... Sovereigns seem pretty good. In fact, all of these classes have immediate usability that jumps out at me. We're no, like, as long as we don't run into another fencer situation, I'll be good to go. Strengthens ice attacks. Alright, when casting a buff on an ally, they will recover HP. So, does that work if we team it up with her force boost? Sure. Let's do it this way. It's interesting that there was no demo for this game. Like, Etrian Odyssey games, they had to have convinced so many people with the demos that they put out. It kind of sucks that we didn't get one, but now that the full game is out, I'm not gonna miss it. Okay, so the spraying skunks have the capability of inflicting poison. And we need those Theriaca betas in order to actually restore people, because we certainly can't do it on our own just yet. And that's where these two meet up. Okay, that makes sense. We are going to have to rush out of here and then rush back in, because we don't have any TP on Mr. Fixer. So give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we're back with Birgitta, and it really seems like the game is trying to tell us... oh, there's one more unexplored door. But Lyka is probably in the center door. As you continue exploring the ruins, a terrible, nigh indescribable smell hits you in the face. The ruins now seem entirely cloaked in an awful odor that smells like sulfur that's somehow spoiled. Oh, it's probably the skunks then. And the skunk gunk is what got on us earlier. Is it just me, or do you smell something awful? Birgitta is looking around for the source of the smell as she uncomfortably pinches her nose. Salem, having the most sensitive smell out of everyone in the party, points to the south as the likely source. Is it because she's a Highlander? You have the option to either continue traveling south to track down the source, or to head east in an attempt to escape the odor. Yeah. Let's find out what's doing it. First, though... yeah, we've got spraying skunks, but something tells me that this is just a random encounter, so... okay, they went down easily enough. Is the game... okay, nope, we've still got to fight more of them. First things first, though, let's customize Astra. Rapid fire is actually... well... if we up the party's hit rate and then use rapid fire... that's probably how we're going to get the most out of that particular skill. So let's see if we can do it that way. As the terrible malodor shrouds the ruins, you decide to slowly push forth. When you finally arrive at a dead end, it becomes obvious that the smell is coming from a crevice in the wall. So, what are you going to do now? Birgitta asks what's next, but she's giving off a look that says she wants to get away from the foul-smelling area immediately. Let's kick the wall near the crevice. When Salem walks up to the wall and gives it a solid kick, you hear a rustling noise coming from within. That sound of something moving gradually fades, seemingly increasing in distance from you. It may just be your imagination, but the terrible smell seems to slowly become weaker as well. Though the true source of the odor remains a mystery, you assume that it's well and gone and continue the expedition in a cheerful mood. Ah. Well, that's okay. Smack. That. Smell. Skunky search. As you traversed the ruins, you successfully got rid of the source of an especially heinous smell. Cool. Bit more XP for everybody. Now, this away. Unless I missed something. There is a something over here. Yep. Pop flare into rapid fire is definitely how you get the most out of that attack. Oh, what's all this then? Seems interesting. So maybe my theory about Lyka being in the middle room was not correct. First, though, we gotta fight. Crap, dude. It's cool we've got some passive healing going on with these skills, but man, those things still hit really hard. Just an empty room? Alright. Probably gonna be something in here later on for a request or something. But for right now, nothing left to do but to keep moving. I'm assuming if we hadn't taken care of that smell, as you proceed through the unexplored forest, you discover a small open area. Oh. In the center of the area, you spot a dog. As soon as it sees you, it begins to bark excitedly. That's quite the portrait. Oh, thank goodness! Lyka! Birgitta runs over to Lyka and throws her arms around the dog. This must be Lyka, Birgitta's little sister. Lyka's tail wags in wild excitement as Birgitta embraces her. And you're shocked it doesn't fall off from the sheer force of its movements. Without your help, I would have never found Lyka. Birgitta smiles to your group, then examines your surroundings. She seems to ponder something for a moment, then asks, Does Magenia know about these ruins? Maybe you should report this to HQ. You nod in agreement, then begin the journey back to the city with Lyka and Birgitta in tow. Alright. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and try to beeline out. Unless we encounter anything new, I'm just gonna skip right to Magenia for us. Alright, Mr. Fixer. Mr. Fixer, he gave his life in service of getting everybody back to Magenia, so yeah. He only missed out on one battle's worth of experience, though. Alright. I'll pay you back someday, I promise. She bows to you multiple times before disappearing into the crowd with Lyka. You parted with Birgitta. You should head back to the tavern and tell Kvasir that you have rescued Birgitta. Sure. Oh, whoops. Nope. We do not want to screw him out of any experience we don't strictly have to. Hey, reached first labyrinth. Whew! And then Kvasir. Oh. Yep. Go ahead and give us that 150 N. I got word that Birgitta made her way back to the medicine shop and that it was the Luna Soul Guild that helped her. Here's your reward. Thanks a lot. Cool. And then a nice little bit of XP. Birgitta also told me you discovered some ruins. What an amazing find! I think you should tell the Expedition HQ about what you've discovered. I'd go, but I'm a bit lazy, a bit busy, so could you go in my stead? Actually, you should be the ones to report it. You are the ones who found it after all. It's certainly not because I'm lazy. The city will surely recognize Luna Soul Guild for an achievement like this. Right then. Go report to Expedition HQ. Alright, we will definitely report to Expedition HQ, but for right now, we're gonna go ahead and call it a part and do that next time. So definitely join me then for more Etrian Odyssey Nexus. Bye for now, guys.